Hello, ladies and gentlemen! My name is Man the Maker. We are ready for Iratus, Lord of the Dead. The game has launched for reals. Fully out. Many updates since the last time I've played. Many updates. So I'm a little bit out of touch, I'm not going to lie. But that's okay. That's okay. Game is released. All 5 floors here. A bunch of new classes since I last played, and perhaps more. Eternal Harvest, huh? One step beyond. I mean, here's the question, folks. What do we do here? Chat. Pick the difficulty. I mean, I don't recover vigor out of battle. That is pretty crazy. I guess they never do. What do we do? What's the difficulty? Give me something. I'm definitely not going to do Cakewalk. More pain means more ability to... I mean, have you not seen me before? I'm willing to die pretty frequently. I think I am... I mean, I'm a little bit out of touch with how the game plays. But that's fine. And I'm perfectly fine to die a lot. So, I mean, it's kind of... The thing is I also want to be able to kind of switch around in between for team comp, right? More pain so we can have more variety. I think that's kind of what I want to go for here as well, right? I mean, I want it to be a little bit harder, but you really are... I felt so limited in what I could do. I could not change my team around all the time. I made up, at least last time, something off meta that was incredibly effective and worked very well. So I'm proud of myself for that. All right, we're going to go with more pain. Checkpoints? Okay. Yeah. Let's go. It's going to start me off right into a battle. Or does it... I don't recall. I know on Cakewalk it starts you on a new battle, at least. But maybe that's because it's like a tutorial kind of situation? Maybe it won't do that. No. No, it does not. So we're here. I mean, I can expect everything going to be different, right? I really have no idea. But we don't have anything to do there. This is the team we start with. Pretty standard, right? Bride of Iratus, Archer Lady. Again, I think if I don't have any parts, I'm not even going to look at anything. I have a lot of parts. I can definitely make anything I want. Oh boy. Everything is unlocked. I didn't do that. Last time I played, there was no ghoul available to me. And now there is. So if you're unfamiliar with how the game works, we have our creatures. We got the Bride of Iratus. We have a skeleton, a zombie, and a dark knight to start off with. Right? This is me. I'm Iratus. Or I guess he's Iratus. He kind of like talks to us. So I don't really know what our role here is. We're above Iratus somehow. We do have a single talent point. So as you go through the game, you level up. You gain things that you can put into the many different groups here. You can also build buildings, ta-da, which we're going to get into in a little bit. And of course, you can create more creatures. Now, I really, I don't know at all. I don't know at all what some of the new stuff does. I don't know the changes that have been made. A lot of things to go over here, right? We got your damage. This is dread. This is like your morale damage, basically, and you can make people freak out. Crit chance or accuracy, evasion, crit chance, armor, and resistance. This is flat reductions in damage, block, and ward. If you have one of them, you just completely ignore one physical attack or one magical attack, and how quickly you go. You've got your health as well, and a special ability. Abilities apply a spider venom effect on the enemy until the end of battle. Every turn, the target loses 2% vigor and sanity. What? That's awesome. You can just deal a random attack from anywhere to anyone. A magic attack, minus 12 armor and 12 resistances. Can this go negative? Silken Pull. Being able to move opponents is really, really useful. So I think we're going to want to have something like this in some of the teams. Spider Strike. Target loses 12 luck and 12 evasion. Interesting. Spider Cocoon. Retreats into a cocoon. After each minion's or enemy's action, he recover a small amount of vigor. And redirects any attack that's targeting a minion positioned directly behind the Black Widow. She becomes the new target. Curious. 100% chance to redirect any attack that's targeting a minion positioned directly behind her, and she becomes the new target? Weird. Cast a web preventing all movement. I mean, we like it. We're just. I want to try you. I want to give you a shot. So we're just going to build her. It's nice that we start with all of this stuff. Right? This is how you make it, in case you didn't figure it out. Different creatures require different things. So to make a Banshee, for example, requires whatever this is. Ectoplasm, dust, rags, and a heart. What else is new? What else is new for me? I think that might be the only one that is new. Now, what did I used to like a lot? I never got to play with the Ghoul. I quite liked the Unfrozen. Never got into the Lost Soul. I like Shades a lot. I don't. Liches, Mummies, the Wraiths are also pretty cool. But maybe they've all been changed. All right. I think what I want to do is get into a fight as quickly as possible. But before that, we probably want to go ahead and make some stuff. So to make a building requires these things. There are no obvious tiers to the minions. There is no obvious tier to the minions. No, they are all hypothetically even. Now, of course, some are stronger than others. Some fit different play styles better than others. I mean, me, for example, like I know the zombie used to be considered really, really strong, but I never liked it. I never really built it, and I did fine. I did fine without it. And that's one thing that I really did quite like, because I read a little bit when I played last time. We did Good Always Wins. It's on YouTube. And it was really, really tough. we almost died. We almost wiped out. And I read a little bit about what the meta was, and then I decided to not follow the meta, and it worked out. And I'm really happy about that. I still was very kind of... I couldn't change my team around very, very often, which I do like to do. So here's where we build a building. In order to build a building, you first need a digger's souls. They used to be called architects, now they're diggers. And then you go to it, and you need the minion that it requires. So this takes 25 of our 30 and requires one of these guys. And I can just put him in there, and I can build it. This gives each minion studying ancient books gives us 32 experience and 8% of the experience from the current level. I'm going to build this because I think experience is amazing. So we're going to start off with that. You can also get more digger souls per battle. You start with Wrath, which is kind of a in-fight currency. It's kind of like mana, but your creatures use it sometimes to gain benefits, depending on how you build, and also to use their ultimate abilities. This gives you items sometimes. This gives you more parts so you can make more things. This gives you more mana. This heals you very well. Actually, you start with it now. And this gives you more experience outside of fight. Gain 10 experience? How much experience do they need to level up now? Ooh, it's been rebalanced. It used to be like 2 experience for the first level, and this would give you 2 experience to start off with. Is there a building for every minion? I believe so. So as you go through it, you can see here, he's working. Whenever you build it, they work automatically. That's also new for me. But to have multiples of them, you can use more. So I'm pretty sure every minion has a place somewhere inside of it. And what's kind of nice is, so now when you build it, the guy who you used to make it works in it. And it used to not be the case. It used to be you would build them and then you would have to put somebody inside of it. Now they just go to it. And because one of the ways that you would do it before is you would get vampires, which you can do without spending parts, and then just have basically a vampire slave force, which is kind of interesting. So, okay. She operates in the front. We know that, right? Because a lot of her attacks, all of her attacks are from the front. We can have a skeleton. I don't really like the zombie, so we're going to make at least one more. At least one more. And I think because I loved the shade, we're going to go with the shade.
I will cast a long shadow.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Foes.
And then we can have the bride in the back. I'm happy with the bride in the back. I'm not going to go over their abilities so much right now, but you can imagine what the archer does. The shade is he's awesome. I really, really, really like the shade. But again, I'm not going to dig into their abilities at this very moment. The one more thing I want to look at is our talents. So as Iratus gains experience, you unlock talent points, which then you can spend here. You got your bunch of different trees. Destruction, ire, magic, and alchemy. Ire I always kind of found to be quite good. But it's different. It's quite different. Ire seems like it's magic now. Oh no, all minions just receive +3 attack. That's pretty good. Target minion loses 12 luck and gains attack and dread. Yeah, okay. And their spell power, apparently, has a thing. Blind Fury. Infectious Lunacy. Minions deal more damage. That's another spell. All units recover full. At the start of its turn, a minion restores 5 vigor if you have at least 75 wrath. Yeah, this is kind of what I was going for. And this is what I always went for. This tree. Because, right, this wrath thing, you gain it by hurting people, I think. Or if you have this, also missing them. But just getting up here, if you have 75 wrath, your people just heal. Incredibly good. Incredibly good to have the option to be able to heal your minions. And I think we might go for it. However, I think what I might just start off with is increase the chance to receive uncommon or better parts from the very beginning, right? Because every fight we just get more chance. Ooh, Scalpel Artist. Increase the amount of wrath that Iratus gains in battle by 50%. So comboing that might be nice. Destruction is also, I mean, this has been completely changed. Right? Now everything is in totally different positions for me. Restoring additional mana. I think we're just going to go... We're going to start off with Amateur Surgeon. A little bit more parts. Just get a little bit more parts there at the beginning. Seems good. And with that, we have our team set up. I think, for the first fight. Do I have any artifacts? I do! Iratus receives bonus spell power. Great. 10 spell power. Mana sword after battle. It's very good to have damage spell to finish off targets. That's true. That's true. I don't know how spell power works. I mean, I guess some spells are just better with more spell power. One thing to note is you can also make items. Right? By doing... I can make... You can allow for transformation of 3 parts of brains into vigor. You can restore mana from parts. You can convert 3 parts of a different type to a newer one. Interesting. That's different. And you can convert 3 parts of the same type and rarity to a new item. So we could potentially make items. But I think for now, you have to get some early items. Yeah, I mean, I think for now we're just going to... Let's go to the dungeon. The kingdom had need of the vast riches buried underneath the castle, great veins of iron that promised to fool conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age. The dwarves were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile as they dug ever deeper, year after year, unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them below. And that's us. Whoa, okay. And there's the dungeon. Wow, it's quite a bit more sprawling than I recall. Is it bigger? It feels bigger to me. Well, we only have one place to go, and that's here, where we're gonna fight three suckers. I think it's some early ones, and they are very different. We'll see. We shall see. Close. Oops, clicked out. There we go. We get attacked and they miss. And here's the combat, right? You can always see the stats of everyone just by mousing over them. And here are attacks. This is the magic that I have. I can move people around so far. That is all. Until we'll have more pages. This one can do a chest piercer. She just deals damage and the crit does extra damage. She can also think of him. Bride gains 10 attack and 10 tread. That's been buffed since I last looked. Stress attack, interrupting stances. This is one of the reasons why I love the Bride. You can just interrupt people's stances all the time. And you'll see stances get very, very dangerous at some point. You can also go to Overwatch whenever anybody moves. Now, there are some strategies where you force people to move frequently, and then she can just deal a lot of damage. But these guys are pretty weak. I think what we're going to do... You've got a very high crit chance. I'm just going to... Well, let's just start working on the front guy. You can see there, we did some health damage. He's also got some sanity. So if this gets low, first of all, he has a chance to become inspired, which is bad for us. He'll get a boon, a bonus, a buff. And will regain his sanity and probably the sanity of the people that he's with. Or he can go insane where he gets a debuff. And then if he reaches 0, you can give him a heart attack. When he reaches 0, when he goes down to nothing, in every instance of stress damage has a chance to give them a heart attack. It's your turn now. Random attack to a random enemy. I mean, can you go negative armor? I just want to find out. You've been debuffed. You cannot go negative armor. That is really too bad. Enemies attack him more often. He gains 10 armor and 10 resistance. Let's do it. A little bit of taunt. We're now in a stance here. Of course, he decided to attack her anyways. This guy, the Shade, can do pain reflection. All successful attacks against your minions cause the attacker to take stress damage equal to 100% of the damage dealt. You can really, really mess with people with that. It's quite nice. Trick of the Eye, swap positions and gain a lot of evasion. It's very much like Darkest Dungeon. We can just straight up gain mana. We can just make people miss. This is like, I really, really, really like this. It often feels like it trivializes boss fights as well. So I always bring him against the boss. Doom Claws is insane. Deals damage equal to 80% of the sanity that the target is missing. If we get there on their sanity, say we we just want to kill them, you can just have him clean house. For now, nobody's missing any stamina. Yeah. He's actually a bit too strong for here. Right, you took a little bit of damage from your bleed. You're going to smack her a little bit. That's fine. And you took some stress damage. Right, I'm going to be like pretty loose here with what we do, and I'm not too worried about the first fight being too difficult. Now you can see we've unlocked the ability to use Flames of Love. Deals less damage than this does, but does set the target on fire. But I think what we're going to do, we're just going to try and kill this guy immediately. So everyone just ignored you. You don't have a buff. No. Just deal the damage. And I think you're also, random? I don't want a random. Just kill him. Oh, I didn't want random. And I did it. Is there different reward drops if you kill them with stress? Not that I'm aware of. It's I don't think so. So, I mean, what I can actually do, I'm just going to make you miss. This is almost always what I end up doing with the Shade. Is just messing with them. He's got 44% chance to hit. That's nothing. That's nothing. You. Yeah, go ahead. Random enemy. And with the crit. And now we can see that they're all poisoned. They lose vigor and sanity every turn. Now she can just do her ultimate. Rose for a Lady. 50% damage, dealing a critical hit on everyone. And now critical hits are actually pretty interesting because you see here, he's got 1 stack of block. That means normal attack would be completely prevented by this, completely ignored. The crit, you can see really that works differently now. Good to know. Good to know. He just died. You are going to miss. You don't have any armor, do you? No. Smite. I feel like haven't you been changed? The target gains 4 armor and 4 resistance until the battle ends. That is much better than what you used to have. Might get more part drops with heart attack kill. Do you know that? Well, I mean, this time we went in with everyone, and we kind of just, maybe next time we can go in with a stress team, and we can kind of see what you can do with the stress. You can do a spider web. It's not really that useful. Why don't you heal? Now you're healing up a little bit. Let's set you on fire, sure. You're igniting. You take less damage for that, right? You take 70%. 70% is a little bit less, but no, I think we're just gonna keep on attacking you. Just normally. His ultimate. Any target that moves into the cloud receives magical damage equal to 30% of their current vigor. Yeah, that is quite good. You don't have enough stress missing. I think, whatever. We'll just do it. It's gonna deal very little damage. It's magical damage, so it's good versus some targets. And it will do more damage. I'm just gonna have you keep cocooning so you can heal. You will end up doing more damage. Right? Compared to a normal attack. 100%. Okay. This is 70% with an additional 70% over the next 2 turns. So it actually does more in the long term. Oh, you missed. It's fine. Give her, yeah, just use her. Go for it. Unless you crit, of course, then, I mean, and the crit build with her is very viable. What do we get? 3 Digger Souls, we got a heart, we got armor, and we got a level 3 brain. Like it says, it just levels them up immediately, which is really quite nice. Depends on magic resistance armor stat on the target. Indeed, indeed. And we gained an additional 42 experience, I suppose, which gave us another point. Having a spell, you're right. Having a spell is definitely worth it. A tiny, tiny bit of damage. 8 to 10 physical damage twice to the same target. I do like that. And you get cheaper with spell power? I think I'm going to take... So what I tend to like doing, I mean, with the magic, what I found to be really, really useful is less finishing people off. Of course, that's very useful and can make a huge difference. But I found that it's really nice to be able to remove resistances immediately. Hail? Flaming Skull, Cursed Doll, Hail of Teeth. Yeah. Again, this is like boom, boom. Not remove resistance. Remove ward. Just letting you get in there as soon as you possibly can. And I think with that in mind, I'm probably going to take Cursed Doll. This would take off 2 block, but I usually want to be able to get my debuffs in there. No. We'll take it. Taking off 2 is more valuable. Let's go. I'm going to make together now. Okay, well, first of all, we've leveled up. Hey. We have all this. Now, how does leveling up work? Well, you get to pick, basically, to level up an ability. So we can take Chest Beezy here, 100% damage from the back 2 slots to anywhere. Critical hit deals extra. This gives +2 crit if we go this way, and this gives +5 accuracy. A critical hit will stun the target for 1 action. Incredible. And this makes critical hits do even more. New base stats ability every 3 levels. What do you mean? New base stats abilities. Oh! Oh my, they've changed it so much. Okay. So all we do is we just get base stats, which you didn't used to get at all last time. No base stats. Oh, dang. What decides your bonus, I wonder? This is awesome. What decides your bonus? Cost of 2? I mean, the obvious choice is luck. You also have luck and evasion for her, I think is probably when we're going to get. Bonus how much you get for buying it. Yeah, but what determines the bonus? What determines the cost? I think I'll be quite happy to get it to boost up your evasion and your crit chance. Make note of cost. It goes up for each buy. Oh, interesting. The skeleton here, so he has a different spread. Everything is so cheap for you. Huh? Crazy. I'm going to give you the accuracy because I hate having less than 100%. Critical hit, probably less interested in that. I think having... You can't, interesting. So she can add block and ward. He just can't. He just can't at all. Very, very interesting. I think for you, just that +1 is pretty lackluster, but it's probably worth it. Probably worth it. I think we will start putting some armor on you. Okay, that's awesome. Also interesting that not everyone leveled up all the way. Is it people who get the kill shots or something? What determined? Yeah, she got 2 kill shots. They get 9 base XP for the fight. He got 1 kill, so he got 10. She got 2 kills, so she got 11. Oh boy, that's interesting. So we're gonna go.
An unassuming creation.
Also, this has been rebalanced. The Digger's Souls. You used to get so much of them, and now you don't. Interesting. We're gonna make ourselves a Wrath here. I don't remember the Unfrozen magic attack. I'm looking for stress here. No. The Mummy was always Well, let's bring one of you in. And a Lich. Yeah, there's a stress team for you, folks. There is a stress team. So I'm going to put them together now. You're in the front. You're there. You're there, and 2 in the back. Love the Lost Soul combined. I never really use the Lost Soul. We need a stress one. Actually, I'm going to put the Shade there. I'm going to put the Shade there. We have a level 3 brain. The question is, who do we use it on? I'm not sure. Who might we want to just level up immediately? I always do like the vampires, but maybe not. I feel like, didn't she get rebalanced? She used to be pretty lackluster. All minions, yeah, she's definitely better. No Banshee. No, I think we're going to keep the Banshee. Well, yeah, that buff is pretty crazy. I could put the Banshee in the back. Nah. Also heals and buffs and AoE stress enemies. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with this. I just love the Shade, so I'm gonna run him again and just not worry about it. Now it's interesting. We don't have enough of these. Last time when I played, you could pretty much build one of these things every every time. Do you have a favorite minion? It's hard to say because things have been rebalanced. I thought the Shade. I really liked the Shade. I liked the idea of the fallen Dampier. The Vampire, super effective. I think the Wraith. The Wraith might be my favorite. I feel bad now saying that. I'm not sure. I think we're gonna just go ahead and get into a fight now. Let's just carry on. Oh, it's not a fight. We'll select you as the team. Ancient coffer filled with items. Boop. You just get free items. We select a boon. Burning Blood. The minion's attack restore 50% of the damage dealt as Wrath. Really interesting. The minion's abilities ignores both block and ward. Ooh, damn. Restores 50% of the damage dealt as Vigor. Also, damn. Okay, what items have been completely changed? I'm going to take the Sharpened Bone because eventually it's going to become incredibly useful. Breaking stances becomes godlike at some point. I'm not sure who I'm going to use it on, though. Maybe him. Probably him. Almost certainly him. What am I talking about? Right? Because you can always just use... You can use this on almost anyone to break a stance. And being able to ignore this is just phenomenal. Done. I went north rather than east. I didn't even realize I had an option. Oh my. Oh, I wish I had gone east. A foolish mistake. Yeah, I didn't honestly, somehow I just totally missed that. I would have much rather, like, this is wasted. This is wasted on me. On the other hand, we do get experience. I do really like that. Okay, well, it's going to be probably another easy fight. But let's go. We're going to go for the stress kill this time. Let's see how that happens. Let's see how that works. Fool of a took. Damn right. Ah, you've been blocked. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people have innate abilities. So the Shade, every time the enemy attacks the Shade and misses, they just take damage. Great. This guy just increases spell power by 10. That's new. That's pretty cool. And you, each enemy that successfully attacks the mummy loses 10 luck. Pretty cool. You, my friend, you'll just do what you always do. Just make them miss. Minus 30 accuracy is fantastic for me. You have a beautiful thing here. The Toxic Cloud. Creates a cloud at target position for 2 rounds, dealing 100% stress damage to any enemy that enters it. Really, really good. Command Undead can also be devastating. This, I have totally sacrificed the wrong unit before. I was using Command Undead and just like spam clicking on one guy. And then one time I was like, oops. Bone Shards has also been changed. This used to be Rain of Fire? Oh, nope. Damages all allies' enemies except itself, setting targets on fire. Yeah, no, okay, that's still that's still there. But obviously we're gonna start stacking at us up. So look at that. That's so much stress damage right off the bat. This guy as well. Cold Grasp. Target can't move. Okay. Evolution. Gain dread to the end of battle. Ghostly Veil. He moves back. Summons a concealing cloud. This one is really nice. Removing all buffs from the target. Really, really useful. Ghostly Fire. Just dealing... Is it different? Curse the target for 2 turns, dealing 30% damage per turn. It's actually fantastic because you want dots when it comes to stress. Because when this reaches 0, the way to kill them is to have more ticks, more instances of stress damage. So we're going to put this on you. It's going to hit both of them. Well, okay, almost. Okay, we've been warded. That's fine. Curse target for 2 turns. I can just deal a stress attack. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go with Impending Power. You can just deal a lot of stress, like, okay, it's not very much. It hits everyone. And deals additional damage if the enemy has a debuff. You can also remove all debuffs from an ally. From all allies. And it heals you. You also deal just some normal damage. Is it normal damage? That's stress damage. Yeah. But I think we're going to go with Impending Horror here. Actually, no. Let's just start stacking up the dots on everyone. Get away! Get fucking away! He's freaking out. He's betraying people. You have entered a stance. So what we can do, right, to break a stance, unless this has been changed, he's going to do something crazy. At the beginning of the next turn, we'll deal 195% damage to a random target. I'm just going to miss, in fact. No, that sucks. Can I move forward with you? No. What I would like to do is be able to move him, because now he's going to just be able to deal that damage. Fortunately, I mean, if he hits you, it's safe. Okay, I think what we're just going to do is just put on this Cursing Touch on you. What resolution am I running the game at? We're running a little bit smaller, so I can see everything. Does it make things look bad? Does it make things look bad? I hope not. We'll put up another cloud. And you, can you move people? Unfortunately not. We'll just use another Ghostly Fire here. You hit everyone, you're all cursed. So he's got a chance to just straight up die right now. You crit me, you debuff me, you stunned me, and then you hit me for 21 damage. It's not bad. He has not died. Is there a perceived slowdown during battle animations? That's unfortunate. You. So now what we can do, yeah, we can wait for him to die, but what honestly, what I really like to do is Gloom Claws. Okay, that was actually not that much damage. I was thinking that more would happen. And it wasn't that much. Kind of disappointing. I was expecting the Gloom Claws to do a lot more. And now I'm kind of stuck here. Maybe we'll just hit the right one. Actually, this team, they can deal a lot of damage. Ma, is that you? I was hoping for the kind of cool trump card there to come out, but I guess not. All random. Yeah, let's do this. Stress attack. Everyone moves position, which also means that somebody's going to go. Yep. Everyone is freaking out now. You've got cowardice. You might run away. You're going to attack an ally 75% of the time. And you even stunned him for me. Thanks, buddy. I think I can just... Well, I don't think we need to do that. Honestly, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, sure. There we go. That's a lot of damage. And at this point, I mean, I know I said that this was a stress damage team, but they're actually also quite good at dealing normal damage, which is pretty nice. We'll just do the Ghostly Fire so we can start getting this to stack on you. Though, honestly, again, we probably could just kill you with normal attacks. The Shadows dance. Indeed they do. Move all the way back. Yeah, just kill him. He didn't die. And now you... We'll just have to use some Ghostly Fire, get the curse on him, and maybe he gets a heart attack of his own. Maybe. Yep, indeed. So, there you go. Wasn't the most effective, the most effective move that I've done, but that's okay. Spell. I didn't need it. Gain more experience. Iratus has leveled up. At this point, I think we're going to go into this. The start of its turn, a minion gains +2 initiative for 2 turns if Iratus has at least 25 wrath. I really think I want to go up to here. Just being able to heal when you're at high wrath is incredible. So we're going to go for that. Lots of level ups. You've leveled up. Stats. We need the accuracy. I hate having less than 100%. It really, really frustrates me. For pretty much everyone. This is more ward? Wow, costs 8 though. I can get more luck. Nah. I think we're not going to spend it. And the mummy has leveled up. I do, yeah. We'll get it over 100. I have to. I really cannot stand it when it happens. Let's bring in the vampire.
Mine is the hand that feeds you.
And a fallen damp here. I just kind of like want to have a nice spread out team of everyone. Right, so we can kind of showcase lots of different dudes all at the same time. I'll even bring in a Black Knight. Why not?
An inspiring
We did. No, we already got that. No artifacts yet. Next team, I think, is going to be like a physical focused team. But we do need some backliners still. Have you in the front. I'll try out the Dark Knight. You can do okay from the middle, right? Yeah. You do much better from the front. Do you switch minions out on teams, or you're thinking always in teams of 4? I mean, the last time I played my main squad was that one used but a Banshee instead of the Mummy. Yeah, the Mummy is kind of lackluster, I have to say. He is a little bit disappointing. What I tend to do, I like to swap out. I like to swap around a lot. Actually, I didn't realize that you had leveled up. Oh no, I just didn't spend your point. That's true. Yeah, we haven't really... You know what? I've never really ran the Lost Soul. Let's try it. Let's try it. And, because I love vampires. Vampire. Get smart. Oh yeah, we just leveled them up to 3. Just like that. Obviously, the accuracy needs to happen. That's your vigor. I think I'm going to go... just straight damage here? There is something to be said about going for luck, right? Because now we can do an ability here. And what does this do? Critical hit will stun a target. It's just so good. It's just so good. On the other hand, Bloody Offering is really good. Gain Wrath and Mana, and you lose 10 Vigor. Or 40 Wrath. That is something. And Auspex is also really powerful. This just means you can completely ignore block and ward. Completely. So good. So good. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go... The critical hit will stun the target for 5 turns. Or for 1 turn. What am I saying here? The stuns are just too good. Just too good. So we're going to have you... We'll put the Lost Soul in the back. You want to be in the front, right? The Holostera you can do from anywhere. Feudal Hopes. Yeah, you really want to be in the front as well. But unfortunately, so does she. Unfortunately, so does she. Who can I have in this 3rd slot? Not you. Dampier? Deals damage from the back. You'd like to be in the front. You'd like to be in the front. Knight can be 2nd spot. Yeah. But the vampire is going to be the 2nd spot for now. I'm looking for a nice 3rd placer. Is it viable to have mixed stress health damage teams, or do you kind of have to focus on one? It is viable. It is viable because getting stressed down... I mean, so first of all, some enemies, it's nice to have them stressed out. Some you just want to kill as quickly as possible. It's probably a little bit better to kind of focus in on one. But like you saw, like the team we had last time, very focused on strength, but also able just to like completely beat people down. And it's also, some guys just have a lot of utility. Like the vampire, for example. No stress damage, but some of its abilities are absolutely incredible. And can, like, win you a fight, even if it does no damage. Like this Auspex, all attacks against the target ignore both block and ward until the battle's end. That can be the difference between a loss and a victory. No doubt. No doubt. You know who we could make? If we can. Yeah, we can. Can we get a Blood Phantasm? You like to be in the front as well, don't you? Well, no. You're the perfect. There we go. Good. There's the team. We're going to go with this lineup here. I've never used the Lost Soul, so bless me. Should run either Knight or Skeleton. That's true. That's true. That's true. What does the Skeleton do? It does extra damage from buffs. You know what? Okay. This is like... Because you also gain bonuses. Additional damage for each buff on the target. Nothing to do here. Nothing to do anywhere. I spent a lot of my... I'm being a little bit less thoughtful, perhaps, in my build. Like, this kind of sucks. I really wish that I didn't come here. Yeah, you guys can just heal up. And I have full mana, so totally a waste. But it's fine. It's still only 3. Does it feel too easy? I mean, I suppose it'll ramp up at some point, but still. Okay, so she buffs people. Target gains accuracy until the battle ends. And deals a bunch of damage to people. Gain an extra initiative. Gains 2 ward, but deals less damage for their actions. Restores health. This one just deals damage. Removes all buffs and debuffs. I think we're fine with this. Let's go. So you've been buffed. Which means you're going to perform additional attacks for each buff that you have. Cool. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome. Also, I mean, the thing is each time enemy, yeah, this is just stress damage. I'll put it on. I don't think they actually will buff themselves so much. One thing that's nice about a skeleton, immune to all buffs and debuffs. You're now in the back. Right? It's a bit split between physical damage and the other damage, so maybe it's not that great. Stream of Delusion. Hello, hello. And you all take just a bunch of damage. Ow. Yeah, we need something else that applies buffs. Like, just this combination doesn't really feel like it's quite enough to make it so worth it. It's so little damage. Right? The heal on skeleton has no negative, right? You've gone insane. You're going to try and run away. Why don't we just stress you all out? Everyone's freaking out. You're unlucky, and you're also trying to run away. I guess we just deal the physical attack, right? So, like, I feel a little bit silly with this setup. I think it's going a little bit too far in on this buff situation. You guys can just keep getting initiative. Ow. Yeah, you kind of got jacked up a little bit. So you're... Yeah, pretty solid hits now. You just have 2 of them, but I can't actually hit you. I guess we just hit there. I probably should have just attacked. Hate Eternal. That seems fine. Can just kill one guy, move you around. You can just deal a stress attack on this guy. Yep, show you the face, show you the face. You are going to try and retreat next turn. No opportunity to do any stress attacks here. I think we're just going to hit you. Boop. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, you're right. Takes damage, but you said it had no negative effect. We definitely are not. Yeah, we can't do any stress damage here, huh? I suppose we can heal you. Oop. And you, my friend, try and get the kill. Maybe we get it. We do not get it. That's unfortunate. He runs. I don't actually know if running is bad. No! The Lost Soul attacks the target. Well, I think we went too focused in. I can see the Lost Soul and the skeleton do make a lot of sense. It's pretty cool. I got to admit, it's pretty cool. The rest of it was a little bit too focused on it. Got some experience points. We even leveled, but we're going to hold on to that. You leveled, did ya? You have 100% accuracy. Good job, friend. Probably just going to boost your armor because he's got an ability that benefits from that. Nope, you're done. And you leveled. I will get the accuracy over 100. I just have to do it. I have to do it. That's my first move for everyone. What we're also going to do... Nope. We're going to let our Lost Soul heal. So now we've kind of taken a look at everything that we've got. We have enough souls now. It's another Dark Knight. Starting with 15 Wrath is pretty nice. Let's use your ultimates faster. I think I'm going to go for the Excavation, however. Dead Lake, 10% chance to find a random artifact. Then again, having people just gain experience when they're hanging around is also probably really good. But the parts... Well, let's go for the parts. If we can even make a Dark Knight. We cannot. Skeleton, Zombie, Bride, Dampier. Dark Knight. Skeleton. We can make a skeleton. We can make a skeleton. Let's go.
More bones.
More bones. Of course, there's something to be said. I mean, having this, more Digger Souls might actually be worthwhile. But I think getting some more parts in the beginning is probably better. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look. Up next, we've got a full fight with some new guys in there. So we're going to think about it. We're going to put together a more solid team, a balanced team here. So what I think I'm going to have... I'm going to have you, because I love the vampires. Digger Souls is... Yeah, I mean, they were in the past, but actually now I'm finding that I don't have enough of them. I could be building more buildings, but I'm limited by that. Can you see the enemy stats before you enter the fight? Once you encounter them, they will show up in here. And apparently this is also from the last time I played, but I don't... see them. I don't see them. I don't see him. So no, you don't actually get to. If I click on it, it's just going to make me try and go there. Let's see. Who do I want? Am I a blind streamer? I'm looking for the big muscly dude. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the big guys with the tattoo, with the face tattoo. Am I not seeing it? Big guy with the face tattoo. No big guy with the face tattoo. Oh, there are a lot of enemies. There are some new enemies. This is all that's possible on the first floor. And I don't see the big guy with the face tattoo. Am I blind? Am I? Let's go with the vampire dampier combo in the front. I'm going to have the shade in the back. And maybe the lich? Might not have unlocked it. Yeah, I mean, it seems to show them from my previous playthroughs. And I've definitely encountered that guy before, so I'm a bit curious as to why. Actually, I want to give the Black Widow a try. And now who to go into this back slot? I guess he's going to be fine there. Wraith is okay. Let's deal magic damage. Yeah. You can see stats if you've fought a certain number of them. Is that how it happens? Okay. Well, I apparently have not. I must have fought enough of them, though. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Oh, the skeleton is also quite injured. Who can... I'm always a little bit tough, like, about who to use in the back. Okay, here we go. I quite like that. To the dungeon. This first group,